So you've broken stories with me, but you've also broken something important here on the origins of this Chinese coronavirus. How do we know where it started and why it started? What can you tell us?
Well, everything has been covered up by the Chinese, and that's the thrust of my new book, How China's Communist Party Made the World Sick, was that there was a period of time beginning in December through December 31st. And these 30 days were 30 days that shook the world because the Chinese covered up, lied, and deceived the world about the virus. First, their own people. And it was only through the efforts of some courageous Chinese doctors in Wuhan, China, who were managed to circumvent this near totalitarian control on information within China, that they were able to get word out first to the Chinese people and ultimately to the world that we're facing a horrific global pandemic because of a virus that most likely originated from one of two laboratories in Wuhan.
You know, I always thought the World Health Organization was monitoring threats like this around the world, and I thought they had safeguards to protect us, but something broke down there. What do you think happened?
Well, you have to go back to 2003 to really trace the origins of this outbreak. And that was when the SARS, severe acute respiratory syndrome, broke out in China. It was caused by a bat coronavirus, that is a virus within bats. And after that breakout, the Chinese decided they were going to become a world health power. And they began researching coronaviruses along with other viruses. And in the span of 12 years, Chinese researchers, many of two key ones in Wuhan, uncovered 2,000 new viruses. Now, this is significant because for the last 200 years, there have only been 2,500 viruses discovered. So they have an obsession with viruses, including these coronaviruses, which come from bats. So for scientists in both the Chinese and U.S. government to say that we don't have any evidence that this came from a laboratory is just nonsense. There's strong circumstantial evidence. Again, the Chinese have covered up and lied and deceived about it. And it's really important that I think that the international community start to put pressure on China to tell what it knows about this disease.
Well, you know, the German intelligence community just came out with a report that suggested that maybe the World Health Organization and China had colluded together. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, the World Health Organization issued a statement denying the German report, but I can tell you from my research and in my latest booklet that it's true the World Health Organization was totally corrupted by the People's Republic of China. And basically what happened, again, starting in 2003, China maneuvered and paid people to go infiltrate the World Health Organization so that it became a Chinese-controlled organization. And the most egregious example of this corruption of the World Health Organization was a January 12th statement by the WHO that stated there was no human-to-human transmission of the virus. And at that point, it had been almost a month and a half that Chinese researchers knew that this was a dangerous, easily spread virus between people. Furthermore, the World Health Organization, following China's dictate, told the world not to curtail travel. And that was, again, the most egregious example. Some 4 million people left Wuhan, many of them were ticking infectious time bombs, carrying this virus around the world.